Hey, what's going on? Keith from Trigger Happy. Got a Stag we're going to take a look at tonight. And Stag is one of the only two makers that make a true left-handed AR-15 platform rifle. Rock Rover being the other one. This particular Stag is the Stag Model 3. This is the Model 3L to be exact, but it's exactly the same as the Model 3, so we're just going to call this a Model 3 review. There's a few things that are different on this particular Stag than the one you're going to get from the factory, and I'll go over those. But Stag has become probably the leader in value AR-15s in my opinion. This Model 3 is an excellent example of a great rifle for a pretty reasonable price. If you're going to get into looking for guns that retail, you know, between $850 to $1,000, and this one being closer to the $950 point, but I'll go over that later. This is a pretty good bang for your buck, so to speak. So I'll kind of go over some of the features of this rifle and some of the upgrades we've made to this particular one. The Stag M3 comes with a basic A2 buttstock, commercial buffer tube, 6-position collapsible stock. Nothing special here. Pretty standard stuff that you're going to find on most AR-15s. Got your sling point here. You know, pretty standard stuff. This one again is the left-handed model, so everything's reversed, but you know, basically it's the same either way. Controls are where they should be. Nice trigger. Bolt carrier group. It's not a chrome line bolt carrier group, which is, you know, this is more of the standard setup you're going to find on most Bushmaster, Stags, Colts, Smith & Wesson, so on and so forth. Everything just is where it should be, so obviously it's an AR-15. This is a flat top, optics ready rifle. So it's mainly designed to have a scope, a red dot, something like that. You could put backup irons. I would probably go with something like a Magpul, flip up sights if I was going to do that. The rail, which I'll get to in a minute, kind of presents a little challenge for iron sights, and I'll kind of show you why. The selling feature for me for this Model 3 is the rail system that comes with it. Now if you see, I've got a full quad rail on here, and we've added the rail pieces to the rail that it comes with, which is a diamond head rail system, and it's basically a round piece of aluminum here, very lightweight. I really like the feel to it, and then we just added these rail pieces because I think most people are probably going to put those on there anyway for accessories, and I kind of like the look of it. But the standard rail that comes on it is a really nice rail, and it's really lightweight. So the overall weight of the gun is really affected by having this nice lightweight rail, as opposed to some of the others out there that are kind of front heavy for the rail. I've also added a Magpul front end grip, the MOE hardware here, which everybody loves Magpul, so why not throw it on here? So I really like that. The challenge that this kind of presents, and I think it's set up because Stag kind of, I'm never going to get that to stay up there. Stag kind of wants to sell you this diamond head stuff. See how the gas block is kind of set a little bit lower? That's kind of to use their sights that they want to sell from the factory, which are made by Diamond Head or have the Diamond Head name on them. And it's designed to work with this kind of lowered or offset gas block, so it's a slightly lower than the actual rail itself. The problem I can see here is if I was going to buy just a standard setup, maybe a front and rear Magpul flip down sights, not sure how well that's going to work because of that offset, so I'm probably going to have to move it back here, which kind of shortens my sight radius even more than it already is. And you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that. So if I'm going with just optics, who cares? If I'm going to go with irons, you know, that could present a little problem unless I want to spend a fair amount of money for the diamond head stuff that they're going to sell you. Going on down, standard M4 profile barrel, so it does have the cutaways. It's not the thick, heavy barrel that you see on some guns. Not a huge deal. It's a 1 in 9 twist, which is, again, not a huge deal. Most commercial rifles, that's pretty much what you're looking at. Standard A2 flash hider on the end. So I said this one was in the $950 range. Basically, It's a little bit more for this one because it's a lefty, because I've added the rail pieces in the front end grip. This gun standard, without all the fun stuff, is going to be under the $900 mark by a fair amount. So that is if you can find them. I saw today that Stag's waiting time is around 60 to 90 days on some of this stuff, especially on the left-handed stuff, because they're just not as in demand and they don't make as many of them. So if you're looking for a really good rifle and a really good value, which value to me is a big deal, reliable, made in America, of course, and lightweight, can take a beating. It just meets every need that I have here, and I dig the rail. I'm telling you, I added these rail sections right around $60 for the ones that I put on there. Nice upgrade in the rail versus the standard rail. If you've seen some of my earlier reviews, not a big fan of the plastic front ends. I like the quad rails because I like putting stuff like this on them. Flashlights, whatever. So check it out, Stag Model 3. And you get a nice plastic case. Kudos to Stag. Get a mouse pad, whatever. I just like the freebies. I'm a sucker for extra stuff. So again, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, take note. Nice plastic case. That's the way it should be. So anyway, check it out, Stag Model 3. Check us out on Facebook at Trigger Happy Guns and Ammo. We'll see you next time. Thanks.